I just got back from doing 12 hours in a cab. I'm a cab driver now, so I probably smell like ass and cigarette smoke. All I can see is brake lights and middle fingers. I've been writing about being a cab driver. This is one called 7:30 a.m. Pines Motor Lodge Blues. Outside the pines where the sun don't ever shine, where there are murders and monsters and sometimes love and sometimes headless bodies hidden, and yeah, you shiver when the cold winds blow. And the music of the night is measured out in hours, box springs creaking like old guitar strings strung too tight over warped fretboards. And headboards keep the beat against sheetrock, banging out the rhythm like beady-eyed Smith, all high and crazy till the coke wears off or the money runs out. She comes down to my cab, shawl over her head, heavy coat like it's cold, or she's hiding from old Leadbelly, running from his crazy eyes and crazy fingers, tearing through briars and brambles. Working girl, she works on her back, she works up against the wall. She don't look like they do in the movies. She looks like the blues for real. Regular black girl in regular clothes, regular face. She's your sister, your neighbor. She's the quiet girl who used to sit behind you in homeroom reading books by Jane Austen and the Bronte sisters. She gets in my cab like something is scaring her to death, looking over her shoulder like she's needing help. But this black girl ain't Jodie Foster, and who will weep for her or call the law and what law would look for her? There's just the back seat of this cab, and it'll take any ass, black or white or red or yellow, long as it got the green to pay for it. And I'll drive you to wherever place you say. I'll drive anybody, any place, and I won't ask no questions. Just tell me where and I'll take you. Just pay me when we get there, maybe give me a little tip if you enjoyed the ride. She says she needs to go to Brooklyn, but Brooklyn is too far and costs too much, so she asked if I know of another cheap motel, and I do. I know a few, but that's another story. I drive her to Jericho for $8. Jericho, you know, that's where Rahab the harlot saved the children of Israel, and because of that, she got to be Jesus' great-great-great-grandmother. It just keeps getting weirder and weirder, and you can't make this stuff up. You can try, but most of the time, God's done beat you to it. She don't say much. She just sits in the back looking all worried and scared. And I can't help but wonder what she's had to do this last night or hour to make $1. The other drivers, they like to make fun of them, working girls, call them names. Some won't pick them up, and if they do, they always demand to see the money first. But they ain't never sucked a dick just to get in out of the cold like I have. She sits like that, quiet, stronger than minor chords and backbeats, riding until we get to the Jericho. It's seedy and run down, and somebody's ass is always getting hauled off to jail from there. And she looks a little scared of the place, like a little kid peeking under the bed, this girl who's seen it all probably, except that which happened and she kept her eyes closed. It costs extra for her to keep her eyes open or for her to tell you her real name, but you'll never know for sure. And nothing is sure in this life except death and taxes and 4 beats and a whole note and 99 cents and $1. But she reaches for the door handle because she's a brave girl, or she just needs the money, or some other reason. It don't matter. Pills have been charged for and grenades jumped upon for lesser reasons. She goes to get out. I hand her my card. Take this, I say, and call if you need to go somewhere. But what I'm wanting to say is call me if you need help, because I want to be a superhero, like out of some comic book, like out of some Bible, like out of some prophecy, like Jesus, with the power to make the dead to walk, the power to calm the raging sea, the power to cause briars and brambles to grow thicker behind her as she runs. But I ain't no superhero. I'm just a cab driver, and she ain't no Jodie Foster. We're only half right and half true. This world is full of half-truths and half-measures. And there was ever only one riff, but we've forgotten how it goes. There was no tape or vinyl in those days, just skin and solid rock. But her footsteps on the asphalt come close as I've ever heard to that riff that morning as she walked away and into a cheap motel room as dark, as full of sound as cheap motel rooms are anywhere else. Thanks.